Hey everyone, this video is going to talk about drink packages on cruise ships. I'm going to mainly talk about Royal Caribbean, but I'll talk a little bit about Carnivals as well. So let's get started with Carnivals. If you go to their website, they have some cool options on here, but as you can see, a lot of these are going to be overpriced. I mean, if you see Crown Royal with a 6-pack of Coke is $90, and a lot of these are just really overpriced. They do have some pretty cool options, though. I mean, champagne with strawberries, and there's just a ton of options. These water packages up here aren't a bad deal, but you're also able to bring on your own to the cruise ships just as long as they're not open. These two big water bottles are great for when you get to your ports. You're able to take these off and have water throughout your day while you're not on the cruise ships. So besides these packages, Carnival does offer an overall drink package where you pay a daily fee and you're able to go and get essentially as many beers, cocktails, and wines that you would like. However, there are limits to that. The price is $50 per person per day. Anybody that gets a drink package in a stateroom, anyone else that is in that stateroom that is 21 years or older also has to pay for it, whether they're drinking it or not. They also have to pay for it. So that's one big downfall with Carnivals that Royal Caribbean doesn't make you do. The other downfall with Carnivals is there's a 15 drink limit per day. Whether it's 15 beers, 15 cocktails, 15 wines, or if you mix them up, you can only get 15 per day, which is still a lot, but there is a limit. Drinks have to be $10 or less with Carnivals, and you don't get anything else with that, bottled water or bottled wine. I'm not sure if you're able to get fountain drinks or not, but you do get a 25% off discount on bottled water and bottled wine through Carnival. So that's a little overview with Carnivals. I'm going to switch over to Royal Caribbeans now, which I think is a way better deal, and I'm going to show you now. Before I go in depth with the packages, I want to talk a little bit about how they work. Again, you pay a fee per day per person, and with Royal Caribbeans you get a little sticker on your SeaPass card, and you're able to walk up to any bars, show them your SeaPass card with your sticker on there, and order essentially whatever you want depending on what packages you get. So if I were to go with one of these packages, I would go with the $55 premium package per day. I think it's the better value out of all of these, but it really just depends on what you like to drink and the type of person that you are. If you're only a beer drinker, I would obviously go with the $40 per day per person package, the select package here. But if you enjoy beers and cocktails, maybe you would want to go with the premium. So this is a list that shows what is involved. I'm not going to go through and read all these. You can read these as I continue talking about it. But there are a couple things that I did want to talk about. Unlike Carnival's, Royal Caribbean, there's not a limit to how many you can get. You can only get one drink at a time, so you're not able to go to a bar and get 2 beers. You can only get one at a time. Can be kind of a downfall, but there's obvious reasons why they do that. One thing too, I know that for my girlfriend and I, when we were on our cruise, we like to get a bucket of beers where they give you 6 beers, especially when you're just out laying by the pool. Have a server come over, they give you a bucket of beers, you get 6 of them, and that was just something fun that we enjoyed doing. With this, you're not able to do something like that. I think the coolest thing with the drink packages is you can try different drinks that maybe you normally wouldn't try. Maybe you don't want to spend $10 on a certain drink to try it out and to figure out that you don't like the drink. With this package, you can essentially just try all the different type of wines, all the different type of beers, all the different type of cocktails that maybe you normally wouldn't try. And with this, it's already paid for, so why not try it? You also don't necessarily have to worry about the final bill. You're going to pay for this package, and everything's going to be covered with it. So you don't have to worry about, man, are we drinking too much? Are we spending too much money on this alcohol? Maybe we should cut back a little bit. It's already paid for, so you're able to do it. So as you can see with these packages, they come with the fountain soda, the Coca-Cola souvenir cup, and bottled water, and also non-alcoholic cocktails. Now, one of the best things about this drink package, in my opinion, is not getting those tip slips when you order a drink. Normally, if you go on a cruise and you go up to one of the bars and you order a drink, they're going to charge you the price of the drink, and then they're going to include a 15% gratuity on top of that. Now, once you get your drink, they'll also give you the receipt, and on there, it'll be a line for an additional tip. For whatever reason, it's the way our brains work. We just feel bad if we don't include a tip, even though a tip has already been included. So for some of us, we're able to just bypass that. Some of us, we still feel bad and we still want to put a number down, even though the tip has already been included. Now, sometimes you just get great service and you want to add an additional tip. That's great. Maybe sometimes you just keep getting the same server and he keeps hooking it up for you throughout the week, and you just want to appreciate that, show your appreciation for that, and add an additional tip to that. That's all great. But sometimes you just want to get a drink, and sometimes you just feel bad for not putting down an additional tip to that. With this drink package, if you go to a bar and you show them your card that has a sticker on it, they're just going to give you a drink. They're not going to give you anything to sign or anything like that. You just get a drink and you walk away. This is a great thing. It just saves an embarrassment, and then even then, if you do want to show your appreciation, you can still leave a tip for great service. So again, unlike Carnivals, not everyone has to get this drink package in your stateroom, even if they are over 21 years old. So you're able to get the beers and drink them yourself, and honestly, you could probably give a couple of beers or whatever to your spouse or a couple of friends, and I don't think Royal Caribbean's going to make a big deal about it. I was on a cruise with a friend who had the drink package, and he got a beer at one bar, handed it to me. We went to another bar, and he bought another drink for himself, and we just kept walking around, and it really wasn't a big deal. I wouldn't go overboard with that and do that 20 times a day, every day, because I'm sure they will catch on to it, but I think here and there, giving out a beer or two, it's not going to be a big deal to Royal Caribbean. So this drink package for Royal Caribbean is only available on cruises that are 4-night cruises or longer. And you're able to order this package online before your cruise. And you can also cancel this if maybe you decide you didn't want to do it. You can cancel as long as it's 4 days before your cruise leaves, and you'll get a 100% refund on that. You can also go onto your cruise, and maybe the first couple of days you don't want to drink, and you don't have to buy the package then. You can buy it a couple of days into the cruise. As long as there are 4 days remaining in that cruise, you can purchase the drink package then. So one of the bigger complaints that I have with the drink package is, maybe there's a couple days or a day or two that you just don't feel like drinking. And since you've already paid for it in advance, you almost feel like you have to drink, and you almost have to drink enough to get your money's worth out of it. And maybe there's some days where you just want a couple of beers and you want to enjoy your time. There might be some times where you feel like you have to drink 10 beers just to get your money's worth. Also, for me, the last cruise, we were on a 7-day cruise, and we had 3 port days. So we were off the cruise for a majority of the time during those 3 days. And I just felt like, we were going to be wasting money if we would have bought this drink package and we were off the cruise ship and, essentially spending money for those 3 days and not using the drink package. And I know that this is different for each person. Some people just want to pay a certain price and not have to worry about it and just drink whenever they feel like it. And another thing is you don't have to worry about your final bill. You don't have to think about how much have we drank or how much money do we still have left. Because, cruises can be kind of expensive, and that's the last thing you want to be worried about is, oh man, should I order these next couple of drinks, or am I going to be able to afford these next couple of drinks? So when you get a drink package, it's all paid for, and you just enjoy your time, and that's one less thing that you necessarily have to worry about. So as you can see with the premium package, it includes call and premium cocktails, up to $10 value. So let's say you get a cocktail for $12, you essentially get the $10 off, and then you have to pay the $2 difference on that. It also includes the frozen cocktails, essentially all the beer that they offer, premium wines by the glass, up to a $12 value. You get non-alcoholic drinks, bottled water, and fountain drinks throughout the cruise. So again, I know this really just depends on the type of person. I mean, Do you drink a lot? Do you not drink a lot? Does it interest you to try different wines and different cocktails and maybe try some different beers? If that kind of stuff interests you, then I think this would be a great deal. If you're the type of person where you're just going to have a couple of glasses of wine throughout the day, or maybe a couple of beers throughout the day, maybe something like this isn't for you. Maybe the Select is good for you at a $40 per person day. Other than that, and I'll quickly wrap this up with different ways of getting drinks onto the cruise ship. Now, Royal Caribbean allows you to bring 2 bottles of wine onto the cruise per stateroom. They allow this. This is perfectly okay. Now, if you want to drink your bottle of wine in your room, there's no fee. If you want to drink this out into public areas, there's a $25 corkage fee. You're also able to bring on a 12-pack of pop or a 12-pack of water bottles. Now, I have seen YouTube videos where people buy, packs of water bottles, and they take them out, pour them out, and pour vodka into the water bottles and put them back into the containers, and they've snuck alcohol onto cruise ships. I personally have never done this. I know that it is a pretty big deal if you get caught doing that. In fact, on Royal Caribbean's website, it says security may inspect containers, water bottles, soda bottles, mouthwash, luggage, etc., and will dispose of containers holding alcohol. Guests who violate alcohol policies, which include the attempt to conceal alcoholic items at security and or luggage checkpoints and other times, may be disembarked or not allowed to board at their own expense. So that just scares me just reading that. I would hate to pay all this money into a cruise and then try to sneak in some alcohol just to save $20, $40. So me personally, I've never done that. But again, I have seen people do it on YouTube channels, and I've heard stories while on cruise ships of people sneaking stuff on. But I don't know, to me, I don't really think it's that big of a deal. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel. I have a subscribe button on the screen right now that you can click and you'll subscribe to it. And you can also check out the other videos that I have on the channel.